Friends, let's take your drums from sounding like this to sounding like this. Look, this is easy. You don't have to have the most expensive gear, the top-notch tools, but if you do, it certainly helps. Today is all about the kick drum. I'm using a Shure Beta 52 for the kick in and a Mictech C7E for the outside. They're both going through the API 3124 and then going through two Midas 512 EQs. I'm going to show you how to take your kick drum from sounding flat to its full maximum capacity. Check out how much of a difference these two preamps and EQs make when they're engaged and not engaged. Here they are with the EQs on. And here they are with the EQs off. What's up, friends? I wanted to make this video for you today because I get asked a ton about my drum sounds. So I'm going to take you through it step by step to show you how I record my drums. If you end up liking this video, please like and subscribe so that way I can continue making more content for you guys and making more useful tutorials just like this one. Alright, first things first, not all kick drums are created equally. You've got so many different variables like the material, the type of head, the size, the beater, and more. My kit is a Gretsch broadcaster, the kick drum is a 24x16, and I keep the heads fairly loose, that way I can get a good punch, good attack. And then on the inside, I keep a pillow in there that touches both sides gently for muffling. One thing to consider when using a kick out mic is possibly isolating it. You might do this by using packing blankets or putting it in a little fort so that way it can't pick up the cymbals and the other drums because you're going to run into a lot of cymbal bleed. So that's one way you can fix the problem, or you can simply embrace it. I for one embrace the sound and let it pick up the kit, and I also end up EQing out a lot of the high end as well. Like I said before, I'm using the API 3124 preamp for the microphones, and then I'm running them through the Midas 512 EQs. I love the API because it just gives you such this like quality, solid sound without overcoloring it. And then the 512s are perfect because they're super transparent and they add no coloration whatsoever. I like it because it just keeps the sound true to what it is. If you're into oversaturating it or adding a ton of color, these might not be for you, but this is what I like just to get a very standard, usable, and versatile kick sound. I just boost the fundamental, which is going to be around 60 to 70 hertz. And then I'm going to cut out some of the low mids because that's just going to muddy it up down there in the bottom end. And then to get that attack, that punch that I really like, or that click, some might call it, is boosting around 7K. For the kick out mic, I'm going to do somewhat the inverse because I need it to complement that kick in mic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably reduce at 300 hertz and then maybe around 5K take away some of that, but I'm going to keep the low end in there to get some of that subness. Alright, let's jump inside of the computer and see what we're going to do with these two mics inside of Pro Tools. What I like to do first is take these two mics, the kick in and the kick out, and then bus them into one bus. What that's going to allow me to do is processing on both of the mics together instead of doing them individually. Alright, and then what I like to do is I keep the kick out mic probably about 5 to 10 dB below the kick in mic, just because I like how that complements each other. So let's have a listen to what they sound like on their own. So not bad. I like that. Let's go ahead and put a little EQ on it. You could use the standard Pro Tools EQ. I like this Waves F6. Gives you a little waveform monitor. What I'm hearing is just a little bit build up in this kind of 125, 250 range. I want to take some of that out. And then I'm also hearing a little bit too much of this 2K. I like where that's sitting. Let's go ahead and add an 1176 type compressor. I just use the Waves CLA, but any type of compressor will be fine, as long as you give it a fast attack, a fast release, and then I really only shave off about 2 to 3 dB. Yeah, that sounds nice. That adds a little bit of high end back into the kick. Here it is without it. Yeah, that sounds good to me. And then one of my favorite plugins to use is the Waves Infected Mushroom Pusher. And what I like to do with this is just leave all the knobs off. I don't even engage anything because I think it's got such a cool effect. I couldn't tell you what it does, but it just really focuses the tone, and I love what it does. Have a listen. It just really does something special to lean into the mix. All right, let's have a listen with rest of the kit. Yeah, that sounds really nice. So with this, we're really just focused on the dry kick drum. We really want to keep it clean because once we start adding in these overheads and the room mics, and we're going to eventually layer in some more of this bus compression that I'll focus on in another video, some saturation, some parallel compression, and then at the end, we're going to add even more compression for the mix bus and then a limiter, and it's really going to blow your mix out of the water, and it's going to really reveal the picture of the full drum kit and how big your kick drum is going to sound. Listen to this with everything on. And that kick drum just really smacks. So that's why it's so important to get the kick drum right, because that is going to be the foundation of your entire mix, and you're going to end up basing the rest of the drums, the rest of the instruments, even the vocals, solely on what the kick drum sounds like. With that being said, that ends today's video. I'm so glad that you guys joined. If you found this helpful at all, please subscribe and like. And help me make more videos just like this. If you didn't learn anything, that's okay. Please comment below something that you want to learn about or something that you want to hear me talk about. I'd be happy to take any suggestions. But until the next video, I hope you guys stay safe and play a bunch of drums, and I'll talk to you soon.